much for taking the time to tune into this video, and if you are new to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope this video finds you all well, and as you can tell by the title, today I have for you my top spring Bath & Body Works fragrances for 2020. I know you guys are probably thinking that I wasn't gonna do this because my past couple of videos, like my top fragrance list videos for the top vacation mode quarantine edition fragrances, I realized that in those videos I primarily mentioned summer fragrances, which I didn't mean to do that on purpose. Like, I didn't want you guys to think that I totally wasn't going to do anything spring related on my channel this year. But let's be honest, spring 2020 is pretty much canceled. Like, let's be honest, let's just put that out there right now. But even though spring may be canceled, I still want to do this video for you guys because I did film a spring 2019 fragrance list. I will leave a link for that video for you guys down below as well as up here on the screen, just in case you guys are interested in watching that. And I quickly skimmed it before I picked these fragrances, and I do have a few overlaps, which I know is going to be common because there are my ride or die fragrances that I only wear in the spring, so that's why I'm going to be showing them in my spring videos, or rather in my seasonal videos moving forward, because I do get new viewers on each of my videos. So I will leave a link for that for you guys just in case you want to reference it. But with that being said, I do have some new fragrances as well, because obviously Bath & Body Works has been putting out new fragrances ever since that time, and that's why I want to continue doing these yearly, because every season Bath & Body Works and Victoria's Secret puts out new fragrances. So I do have 10 fragrances here to share with you guys, and these are not going to be in any particular numerical order because I do genuinely love to wear all of these fragrances during the spring season. There's really not one fragrance that I love over the other, just because, you know, it depends on my mood for that day. So without further ado, let me go ahead and stop talking and let's go ahead and dive right in. Also, I apologize if the lighting does fluctuate. It is mainly cloudy outside and I'm just sitting by my window, so if it fluctuates, I apologize. So this first fragrance I do want to show you guys, this can be worn year-round, and honestly this can even be pulled off as a signature fragrance. It is limited edition. This did come out last spring, so spring of 2019, so it's currently not available, but I really hope Bath & Body Works will bring this back either during a semi-annual sale or even if they just repackage it. Like, I love this scent so much and I receive a ton of compliments every single time I wear this one, and I'm definitely gonna go ahead and buy a backup of this, even if I have to purchase it on Amazon for like a ridiculous price. I personally don't care because this fragrance is phenomenal and I highly recommend it to everybody, and this is in Sweet Almond and Honey. So this is actually part of the White Barn when they started doing like their own body care line, so it is like in an entire black container, which is a little bit hard because you can't really see like how much of the product you've really used, but I can feel it. I'm actually like about maybe down to here, so I'm a little bit less than halfway, or I should say a little bit more than halfway. But yeah, I love this fragrance so much. It is phenomenal. Fragrance notes in here are honey blossom, white jasmine, and sweet cream. So like I said, this fragrance can be worn year-round, but for me its prime time is during the spring, and I just love it so much because it really is such a genuine, beautiful fragrance. It's really light, and I say really light in terms of the fragrance itself. Like, it is a really strong fragrance and it does last a very long time, at least on my skin personally. But it's just a really beautiful, sweet, nutty fragrance, and it's so delicate, if that is even a word that you can use when describing scents, but it really is. It's just a beautiful, like, uplifting type of fragrance. There's something in here that just makes you feel like clean and put together and just very beautiful, and I absolutely love it when fragrances can do that for me. So this, I'm definitely, like I said, recommending this to everybody. I just feel like everybody needs to wear this, and this is such a neutral fragrance. Like, I feel like you really can't offend anyone with wearing this fragrance. It's just delicious, and it's so sweet, but like not sickeningly sweet. It's just like the lightest touch of sweetness from the honey, and it's gorgeous. So this next fragrance, I'm actually wearing it today, and I love it so much. And I was so excited when I heard that Bath & Body Works was bringing this out in body care. So with that being said, I'm sure you guys probably can tell what I'm talking about. And this one is in Strawberry Pound Cake. So this actually is new for this year, spring of 2020. And even though I'm specifically mentioning Strawberry Pound Cake, honestly, anything in this line is perfect for the springtime. So either this, Confetti Cake Pop, or the Margarita Cupcake scent. Like, I love all of them, but this one is where my heart is, just because I love this fragrance in home fragrance, like when it first came out, and I was just dying for it to come out in body care. So when they finally released it, I was so excited, and I love it so much. So the notes in here are fresh strawberries, golden shortcake, and whipped cream. Last year, I think for my strawberry scent, I mentioned the wild strawberry leaf. That tends to come out during the semi-annual sale, and like I said, that scent is still a phenomenal strawberry light fluffy fragrance, but because this came out this year, this is why I'm including it in this year's list. This one trumps that one, but again, I still wear both, but I just gravitate towards this one a little bit more. But they're both still phenomenal fragrances, especially this one. I absolutely love it. Go get you some, get you backups, because trust me, you're gonna need it. I am really sorry, you guys. The lighting is fluctuating hardcore, and I'm really sorry. I really cannot wait until we get into my filming room when we move into our home, because I can't wait. Like, I'm gonna have a consistent background, like my own little studio, and it's gonna be great. So this next fragrance also is new for this year, and I love this one. And every single time I wear this, I think of when Hubs and I went to Savannah for a quick like weekend getaway trip. And actually a couple weeks ago, this was the fragrance that I wore for like that week straight. Like, this is all I wore, so I did use a lot of it. This one is in Dance in the Rain, and it looks like this. And as you can tell, this is how much I've used of it. Like, I've used so much of it. I'm already like halfway through the bottle, almost halfway through. But I love this scent so much. The notes are rain-kissed berries, jasmine blossoms, and birch water. To be quite honest with you, I don't smell berries in here at all, but rather it's just a really fresh, beautiful, almost perfumey, florally, aquatic fragrance. And I say that in the best way possible. It just smells so beautiful. And you're gonna be hearing me say that a lot, like it smells beautiful, but really I feel like all of the fragrances, especially for the springtime, they need to feel beautiful, you know? They need to feel pretty, beautiful, light, and airy, and just, you know, make you feel put together. I mean, that's like the mood that I always want to be in during the springtime specifically, and I feel like spring fragrances next to like fall and winter are my favorites. I also could just be a little bit biased because summer is my least favorite season, so I don't want to say I don't really like summer fragrances, because that's a lie. I love summer fragrances, but in terms of like ranking, it's like fall, winter, spring, and then summer. Yeah, this one is phenomenal. It lasts a long time on my skin personally, and it's really strong. And again, if you want to feel refreshed, straight out of the shower type of clean, this fragrance will give you that. And I know a few of you have requested me to do a top like fresh, aquatic, straight, clean, out of the shower type of fragrance list, and I will do that. I'll do that very soon, because I feel like now is the perfect time to do that type of video, especially because we are in the springtime. So this next fragrance, I don't remember if I mentioned this one last year. I think I did, but I don't remember. And to be quite honest with you, this is another one of those fragrances where I typically only wear in the springtime. The fragrances that I just showed you, I will generally wear those year round, but springtime is like where I'm like, yes. I do only wear this in the springtime specifically, just because there's a note in here that just screams spring to me, and if I wear it during any other season, it almost feels not wrong, because there really are no rules to fragrance. Fragrance is so subjective, you can do whatever you want, but just for me personally, like this I only whip out in the springtime, and this is in Carried Away, but I love this one. But like I said, it's almost like I haven't used like barely anything of it, just because I tend to only wear this in the spring. But the notes are lush raspberries, juicy pear nectar, white jasmine, soft violet petals, and whipped vanilla. So I remember when this fragrance first came out. I think it came out in like 2012 or something like that, like way back in the day. I remember when it like first premiered. It really just smells beautiful and such a spring fragrance. And the prominent note as to why I only wear this in the spring is that it really has that whipped fluffy vanilla texture, and when you smell this, you really just get that whipped vanilla note. Obviously there's fruity notes in here, but it's delectable, it's delicious, it's sweet, and it's definitely a gourmand fragrance. But again, it's just very springtime to me, so that's why I only wear this in the spring. But it is a really, really nice, beautiful fragrance. So this next fragrance I also did mention last year, and I had to bring it back for this video. This is in Happy Vibes, and it looks like this. This came out in 2018, and the notes are pink citrus, crisp pear, fresh honeysuckle, sheer vetiver, and dewy orchid. This is a beautiful fragrance because I love the honeysuckle in it. Now I will say that I was debating on whether or not I wanted to replace this with pink honeysuckle, which came out in the same collection as sweet almond and honey, but I decided to put this one in the list because, you know, there's more fruits in here, and I feel like there's a lot going on in here as opposed to just pink honeysuckle. But I don't want to say that as in like just pink honeysuckle like it's bad. Pink honeysuckle is beautiful. I love that one, especially for the spring. But this one, like I said, I just wanted to include in here because I feel like there's more going on. But this is beautiful. It's very crisp and clean as well. This is a sophisticated fragrance, and I feel like that vetiver and the dewy orchid is what's contributing to that fresh and clean scent, because there's a little bit like the slightest touch of an aquatic note in here, but I just feel like it's that dewy orchid, you know what I mean? So this is really nice. It's really, really beautiful. Again, one of the fragrances that I tend to only wear in the springtime generally, but it is really nice. So this next fragrance is another one that I'm bringing back from last year, and this one is in Lavender and Spring Apricot, or apricot depending on how you pronounce it. But this is one of those fragrances where, again, I tend to wear in the springtime, but I needed to include some sort of lavender scent in here because lavender is a go-to floral fragrance, but I feel like especially in the summer, not in the summer, oh my goodness, especially in the spring, that lies true. So I love this one because it's not just straight up lavender, and it's also not an herbal type of lavender. It's very sweet, and I love, love, love the added note of the apricot in here because it's just adding that beautiful sweetness. Oh, it's so nice. Like, it's just so yummy. It's like a yummy lavender type of floral. This one is just a really, really beautiful combination, and I'm really surprised that they haven't, you know, brought back something like this. So Lavender and Spring Apricot, this is really, really, really gorgeous. I apologize if my mood is like, and if you can like see that. If you guys are new to my channel, I tend to be really transparent. I'm just a transparent person overall, and I don't like to hide things from you guys. But yeah, these past couple weeks, or I should say not couple weeks, but this past week just hasn't really been that great. So, you know, I'm trying to like, you know, cheer up and be excited for this video. But anxiety and depression props. But anyways, moving forward, this next one is again another one that I did mention last year. I think the rest of these might be all re-mentions from last year, if not two of them, and then one of them is new. But this one is in Picnic Summer Daisies, and the notes are crisp pear, summer daisies, honeysuckle, and fresh nectarine. Now, I remember this coming out in like a summer collection because this came out in the same collection as Boardwalk Marshmallow Clouds, and this came out in 2018? Yeah, 2018. And so this, to me, this scent specifically from the collection is more spring. You know, like I said, there's crisp pear, there's honeysuckle, there's summer daisies, and there's fresh nectarine. So like all the notes in this fragrance, for me personally, are more spring appropriate than they are summer. But it's still an overall gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance. And it's really nice. And you know what I think? Like, this is a really nice, like, perfumey type of fragrance as well. It's not straight up fruity. It's not straight up floral. Like, I feel like everything combines to make this really beautiful, like, perfumey type of fragrance. Almost something like reminiscent of Marc Jacobs, because you guys know Marc Jacobs released like the Daisy line, and there's like a lot of different Daisy scents, but this is almost like similar to that. So if you're somebody who layers your fragrance mists with perfumes, this would be a really beautiful one to layer with the different Daisy scents. Okay, so this next one I think is new. I don't remember if I mentioned it last year. I don't think I did, but this is in Gingham, and this is like the ultimate classic Bath & Body Works fragrance, as I like to say. And I mean, come on, like look at this bottle. It's just Bath & Body Works in a fragrance. Like seriously, it's beautiful. And the notes in here are blue freesia, white peach, fresh clementine, violet, and clean musk. This scent I do wear year round, but again, it's just one of those things where I tend to wear it more in the spring. But this is not spring exclusive. This could be a signature scent, like I said, but this is beautiful. It's just beautiful, and I'm sure you guys have smelled this and got your hands on it because it's that beautiful, and I love it so much. So of course I did have to mention it in this video. I just love how it's a mix of like florals, but it's a type of floral fragrance that just makes you feel clean. And I don't know, like that's just one of the top fragrances that I love to wear in the springtime. Not saying that I don't like to smell fresh and clean throughout the year, but there's just something about the springtime that's just very refreshing, rejuvenating, that I just love to wear those types of fragrances that again just make me feel very pretty and put together. This is another fragrance from last year, but of course I had to include some sort of peach fragrance in here because I love peach fragrances, especially in the springtime. So this one is like my ride or die spring fragrance. I honestly had a hard time choosing between this one and then Georgia Peach and Sweet Tea, but to me Georgia Peach and Sweet Tea is more summer. Like the peach fragrances that I have in my collection, most of them are more summer to me, and this one is like specifically spring. This one is in Peach and Honey Almond. Again, this is a scent that Bath & Body Works tends to bring out during the semi-annual sale, but the notes in here are an irresistible blend of summer peaches, mimosa flowers, and honeyed almonds wrapped in creamy vanilla and clementine. And I have mentioned this before, but to me personally, it almost sits borderline gourmand in the sense that it almost smells like a pie fragrance, like a peach almond pie type of thing, like a peach pie. That's basically what I get from this. And it's just beautiful. Like, it's so beautiful. I do get a lot of compliments when I wear this one as well. Yes, this is gorgeous. Oh my goodness, I haven't worn this one in a long time, so I'm definitely gonna go ahead and wear this one tomorrow because it just smells delicious. Like, it smells delicious, and this is like spring in a bottle in my opinion. And the last fragrance that I have to share with you guys is again one that I mentioned last year, and it's funny because I actually just finished up the shower gel in this, and this is in Wild Honeysuckle. So this is another one of those fragrances that I only wear in the springtime, hence why I did finish it up in the shower gel. But I love this one. I know it doesn't probably look like I do, but I do actually really love this fragrance. The notes are watery honeydew, wild honeysuckle, rain-kissed jasmine, orange flower, and white woods. So there is a lot going on. It's not just a straight up honeysuckle scent, even though the name just says wild honeysuckle, but it really is just a beautiful, like really nice floral fragrance for the springtime. And again, it's just very beautiful and it's very pretty. If you guys have smelled this one before, I'm sure you guys can agree with me in saying that it is such a beautiful spring fragrance. So just like that, we are done with this video. Thank you all so much for taking the time to watch, and I hope you enjoyed. As always, please let me know what your spring favorites are down below in the comments. I hope you guys are continuing to stay safe as always. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Peace!